Hello, welcome to Dave's American Flyer Trains. This video kicks off two independent projects. Each has a purpose, goals, objectives, steps, procedures, and process, and two independent outcomes, but ultimately resulting in locomotives and trains with improved response and performance. These trains have differences in motor nomenclature. Each has a unique feature or part that sets it apart from the others. Without these trains available, it's a challenge to explain and articulate the differences. On the right is the New Haven single motor Alco diesel number 497 with a build date of September 1957. This is a Type 2 with shiny black plastic. On the left is a chassis, frame, truck, and motor reverse components from what is believed to be a 370 GP7 with early production characteristics of front end and rear mounted link coupler bars. The 370 will be rebuilt in its entirety as per Dave's AF Trains rebuild standards, plus installing for the owner a custom painted GP7 shell or body. The custom painted GP7 shell might be from an early production run or a later production run, but for whomever did this, they did an excellent job. It's beautiful. So this is what the owner wants on this chassis and motor assembly. Now in the background, the custom painted chassis, you see back here, and its components, including its trucks, of course, are missing and will not be used. It's believed to be, just looking at it, from a later GP7 Gilbert production run and inventory. What's missing on the GP7 are its handrails. Those extend from the front of the cab down to the front of the body mounted metal horns that go here and here, the truck side and bottom plate assemblies, which are similar to these that were removed from 497, but of course they will not have any type of knuckle coupler or any type of coupler assembly on the front or back or any side, and it is expected they will not have, if they are from that generation of 370s, it will not have the slide pickup. It's also missing several screws. It's missing its twin headlight lenses that go right there. It's missing 4 number boards, and of course Mylar in the cab windows. What we'll do is begin with the disassembly of the 497. Now I've already removed the body, but I'm going to go back and highlight that one more time and review it. And its singular purpose, pretty much, for this rebuild is the installation of a rebushed chassis. This rebushed chassis was done by a vendor partner. As you can see, the new bushings, where the old bushings were drilled out, new bushings installed, but it has not been lubricated. It also has its A406 screws mounted, and we're going to talk about those probably pretty extensively as we move through this, because they're very, very important to this comparison process and to this particular project. If you're going to be purchasing a rebushed or a chassis to be rebushed, or taking one from your parts boneyard, you want to ensure it is compatible with the chassis on the train to where it is going to be reinstalled. There are two possible differences that could make this replacement incompatible with the existing chassis. Now to summarize, you might say, I could take the chassis from the 466 and install it on the 370. But what I could not do is take 466 and exchange it with 497s, and I could not take the 370, assuming this is a 370 chassis, and also exchange it with a 497. Totally incompatible. And then of course, one way to ensure compatibility is remove the existing chassis from the locomotive, then send it to the vendor partner who will going to perform the rebushing for you. Ensure it's clearly marked so that there's no mistake to the locomotive where it is to be returned. I marked this one as coming from a 497 with screw types A406. And of course, the downside from taking it from an existing train like this 466 or the 370 is that the train is going to be down when it's away, when the chassis has been sent away to the vendor partner to perform the rebushing. Now, I chose not to do that. I didn't want what could possibly be 4 weeks, it's understandable, of downtime on this train because I had sent the chassis away. So I went to some effort to try to match a available chassis, either from my boneyard or from a vendor partner, to the one I needed. And I almost made the mistake of purchasing or using incompatible chassis, but I caught it in time.